Hello there, my fellow engineers and graduates and seniors at high school and software developers at Google and the girls who buy egg couscous salad with some coffee and tea biscuits for their 12 p.m. software engineering. But it's not really software engineering, it's more Google engineering at their companies. This is a beneficial video for you, so stay tuned and shut the fuck up. Now, I don't know, a couple years ago, when AI first came out, AI has been around for 30, 50 years, machine learning. And essentially, machine learning is just sifting through data and coming up with a fucking organizational product made by a machine. What that means is the machine takes in data, often illegally, actually 100% of the time illegally, without anybody's consent. It just takes in data and scoops it up like a trawler in a lagoon fishing community. And it sifts through all this data and comes out with what you're querying of it. That's all it fucking is. And when ChatGPT came out and all these other AI models came out, I started using them right away. I started using them, and there were flaws and flaws and flaws and flaws. There are still flaws today. Let me log on to Meta AI, but the one positive thing that came out from all of this is it is I don't know if there's probably a profit incentive somewhere, but it is widely accessible to the average guy or the average engineer like me. So if I go into Meta AI and I log into my account, now I'm obviously going to get a fucking triple security measure to log into Meta AI. I don't know why, but that's the way it works. And let me ask it, break down a code to predict market fluctuations based off of global tariffs, trade wars. All right. I don't know. I just fucking make the shit up, but it's a computer. It's pretty advanced. Let's see if it can spit it up. It in fact wrote me a code. Okay. Now the code is a piece of shit. Because it wrote tariff rates, rate change. Okay. Trade news sentiment, market data volatility, X train X test, Y train Y test. Okay. Model random forest regressor. So the rise and fall of the software engineer coincides with the rise of the artistic engineer. What do I mean by that? Now, as a software engineer, I am watching all these YouTube videos of when they go to work and they fucking type in code. But I have also seen software engineers with 7 years of experience, far extending the reach of 99% of software engineers you will find on YouTube don't have 7 years of experience. So by luck of the draw, I found a software engineer on YouTube that had 7 years of fucking experience. And what he said was after 7 years, he writes almost no code. To get promoted, to stay at your company, You need the soft skills: communication, planning, higher level thinking, team play, team strategy. You are fucking doing, what's it called? Pseudocode. Pseudocode. The human side of coding. And what does this mean? This means artistic engineer. Why is it an artistic engineer? Because engineering is mathematics and data and physical natural science. Art is human minds, human emotions, human philosophy, human expression, and human creativity. So no matter whether you are designing UI or whether you're designing through back-end communications within a team of developers, how you're going to communicate data and results, and how you're going to formulate strategies to communicate with each other and work within those results, the optimal performance is done by an artistic, creative mind, which has long been fucking forgotten by the engineering society. There is no creativity within engineers anymore. And if there was creativity in engineers, we wouldn't be seeing the massive fucking layoffs by AI. Because AI is a fucking machine. A machine can replace a garbage worker's job. You used to have garbage men lifting up the garbage. Now we have the claws in the truck that lift up the garbage. A machine can replace physical labor. Why is a machine able to replace intellectual behavior? I don't fucking know. It's because we don't have the artistic side. AI, till this day, and till day God's reckoning arrives, will never be able to produce art. Every piece of art, whether it's music, whether it's film, whether it's physical art, whether it's whatever it is, AI, writing a story, writing a novel, AI will never, ever, ever, ever be able to recreate art. But why the fuck does AI replace the artist, the technician, the engineer, the creator? Why does AI replace the creator? That should never happen if you are an artistic engineer. Let me take this coding example I just used. The question I asked was, break down a code to predict market fluctuations based off global tariff trade wars. So we're going to write a code to predict market fluctuations based on what the fuck is happening with the tariffs. Now, obviously, it cannot do that. But what it gave me was a starting reference. What AI does is it's a brainstorming machine. What it did was it wrote 1, 2, 3. It gave me 6 lines of code. Even if I am not a software programmer or I know nothing about software and I'm just a finance guy, I can see some of the terminology that it spit out. It said tariff rates, trade war news, and then it went into sentiment, tariff rate changes, volatility, market data, closing prices of the market, and then it went to just some arbitrary function called predict. So that predict function is where my job begins. So it gave me a fucking starting point. Now I know if I am working as a finance guy and I don't want to be replaced by AI, I use my artistic engineering creativity mind. And I say, I gotta fill in this function, which AI cannot do. Fill in this function using rates of the tariffs, sentiment of trade war news, and the volatility and physical actual closing prices of the market. Whereas if I didn't ask it this question, I might not even know where to start. This is the exact same formula algorithm that should be applied from here on out to the end of time. AI is solved. It is a brainstorming machine. Say you're writing a novel. Let's ask it another question. My novel is based off a plot of an Egyptian female noble who can summon scorpions. I don't know how to spell scorpions. And is fighting against opposing forces to earn the favor of the gods. It's a pretty creative book. Earn the favor of the gods. Now, what's the question? My novel is based off of a plot of an Egyptian female noble who can summon scorpions and is fighting against opposing forces to earn the favor of the gods. Now, if I am a CEO at a company or human relations employee at a company, and I got this as my novel, and I don't want to replace my workers with AI, so I ask it the next question I'm about to ask, I ask it. It's going to give me a brainstorming list of which direction to head. And then I'm going to use my artistic side of humans to craft the fucking story. So, what's the question? Give me 3 interesting acts to follow. Give me 3 acts. So I got a novel based off an Egyptian female who can summon scorpions and is fighting against opposing forces to earn the favor of the gods. I want an Egyptian novel with gods and an element of summoning scorpions. And I'm going to write this novel and sell it. Give me 3 interesting acts to follow. Let's see what it says. Act 1, the Scorpion's Awakening. Act 2, the Battle for the Throne. Act 3, the Divine Confrontation. So basically it says blah, blah, blah. She realized, so coming of age. Now I use my university experience to realize the Scorpion's Awakening is really a coming of age story. And if you're an author, you know about the coming of age theme in writing. The coming of age. The guy who starts off as a nobody, who goes through a journey to become his future, his present self. Master and a skillful guy and a hero. How he goes from becoming a regular ordinary dude to becoming a hero. So I know the Scorpion's Awakening is a coming of age story. She's a servant of some Egyptian god circuit, facing complexities in Egyptian politics and magic while facing threats from rivals, nobles, and secrets. So right there, I circle down and I write down coming of age, the Scorpion's Awakening. How does she learn to control scorpions? Act 2, the Battle for the Throne. She finds herself at the center of a conflict. She must form alliances, powerful magical artifacts, confronts her own demons to survive treacherous world of ancient Egyptian politics. It didn't give me any content. But it gave me a starting point. Battle for the Throne. So you see, I cannot use AI to craft this book because AI cannot write a battle for the throne for me. How is the AI gonna write battle scenes? AI can't produce art. An artistic engineer, an artistic writer, an artistic thinker produces creativity. But if my job were to sit down and write coming of age, Scorpion's Awakening, Battle for the Throne, and Divine Confrontation, I have 3 acts. Coming of age, Battle for the Throne, and then finally the ultimate fight, the divine confrontation with the gods. If my job was just to do that, I can be, and I will be, fired and replaced by AI. I will be replaced by AI. Somebody came to me and said, write me an Egyptian story with scorpions and gods and a noble female. And I said, start off with the coming of age of using scorpions, and then fighting for the throne, and then finally an ultimate battle of the gods. And if that was my job, AI just replaced me. AI just fucking replaced me. But with my artistic side, I go one step deeper than machine learning. Machine learning is up here. Humans are down here and very complex. The human brain has more neurons than that stretch out to the end of the universe. The human brain has more neural connections that fire and create pathways and signals that go to the end of fucking time. It is more complex than any machine ever will be. To make a machine that is as complex as the human brain would require all the planets in the fucking universe and stars and galaxies and everything. So, like, to prove this point, if you were gonna write a book, say a 1,000-page book or a 300-page book, the amount of combination of letters and sentences, just based on mathematically, the amount of combination of coherent sentences, ideas, plots, and whatever, just the total amount of different novels that could ever be fathomed are not able to fit in the universe because there are not enough protons in the universe. There are not enough protons. Even digitally. If you were going to store each novel into, say, 1 megabyte of RAM, you could not store 300-page book for every book ever contemplated. They would not be able to fit in the amount of RAM you would need based on how many protons are in the fucking universe. Just for a novel, just for a 300-page book. They cannot fit. You have one character, 26 letters in the English alphabet plus spaces, periods, commas, colons. That's 1 to the power of 30. How many characters in a 300-page book? Scrap out the ones that are incoherent, and you still don't have enough protons to store every book that is possible to ever be written in the entire universe. So that's where human creativity outdoes AI. And an artistic mind, artistic engineer outdoes AI. Once again, if your job is writing fucking code, that's not what a software engineer does. If you're writing UI, or if you're writing the back end, how your team is going to communicate with each other, you start off with the AI doing the manual work, sifting through the data, and your job is so much fucking easier. You can start a novel, you can start a trilogy, you can brainstorm any section throughout the design. You can incorporate AI to help you. Whether you're writing a movie, whether you're writing software code, whether you're building a website, whether you're building an app, you can get AI to write down the code for Instagram, for Facebook, for Meta or Microsoft or Google. You can write down the AI code to write down the back end. You can write down the AI code to write the interface, the UI. You can even use AI to brainstorm product features. Hey, these are my users. These are what they incorporate the most when using our app. This is where they spend their most amount of time. This is where the most revenue is generated. Come up with some interesting product ideas using our competitors as well, what products they've incorporated, and come up with new features and functions that we might think towards building upon to increase our fucking application, our product, our company, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, right? NVIDIA. This used to be a problem that only Steve Jobs could solve, that only Bill Gates could solve, that only Elon Musk could solve. Thinking of the core products and where the company will be envisioned in 10 years' time. This used to be the fucking ideas that only the head honcho could think about where the product will be, what products they will make within the next 10 years' time. And now we have AI, which makes it so much fucking easier. But it is up to the human to pick the right selection out of the fucking 20 options, 15 options that AI spits out. Let's try that right now. Before we end this video, let's try that part. And why would this feature of AI, whether it's working on the back end, software code, sifting through data, or designing product features, why would all of this that AI does replace the human mind? If you are not an artistic engineer, if you are not a creative person, and you can be replaced like this, it is fucking a pity. It is a pity that you can be replaced like this. So let's try. Analyzing the most used product features from Meta apps and the user sentiment and favorite functionalities. Analyzing the most product features from Meta apps and the user sentiment and favorite functionalities. List some new product features that Meta can work towards building to improve their app within the next 10 years. So some fucking CEO or high-level officer can ask this question into Meta AI Chat GPT. You can do it too at home. Let's see what it says. Based on what the fuck what the users use most, it spit me out. Wow, a lot of shit. So, what did it say? Artificial intelligence enhancements, personalized AI assistance, AI-driven content creation, advanced sentiment analysis to better understand emotions, preferences, more effective content moderation and user support. So that's the AI side. Virtual and augmented reality expansions, immersive social experiences using VR, virtually try-on products using AI, interactive virtual events, hosting conferences, concerts, meetups, So this is virtual, not AI, just virtual. Conferences, meetings, try-on products, social experiences. Then we got user experience, cross-platform sharing, Google, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, customizable user interfaces, customize your layout, proactive customer support, metaverse and virtual worlds, virtual reality-based education, make learning more engaging and interactive, virtual marketplace, buy and sell digital goods and services, virtual social reality, expand virtual social reality, I don't know what the fuck that is, data privacy and security, advanced data protection, transparent data usage. So once again, it didn't come up with anything groundbreaking. All of this is fucking standard shit. AI, virtual, cross-platform, and data privacy. But it didn't come up with, say, a new feature that we're going to introduce gaming, or we're going to introduce a library of books, or we're going to introduce video streaming, or we're going to introduce sports analysis and highlights, or we're going to introduce a business network and hiring community. It didn't say any of these groundbreaking new features that we could think of, because it can't think of that. But what it did was fix what we already have. So how we can expand and build upon what we already have. So I give this analysis a 4 out of 10 because it didn't come up with anything new. 4 out of 10. And this is the Meta AI version 5 million trillion. They got 5 million trillion generators using up all the energy of the entire coastline of Asia and Europe and Australia to power this AI data center that spit out this 4 out of 10 result to a CEO like myself. So any stage of the design. And what happened to me was I broke my tailbone and I had cysts that were bleeding and I took photos of it and I take photos of my teeth and I say, do I need to go to the dentist? And I take photos of my broken tailbone. And I say, what stage of healing am I in? How much more healing will it take? Do I have internal bleeding? Is it infected? Does it look like an infection? And it spits out all these correct answers, whether or not, but it doesn't replace a doctor. It doesn't replace a dentist, but it gives me a guideline into how severe should I go, and if I can't go to a doctor or don't have access or can't afford a doctor, what treatments can I apply based on how my injury looks like? And I describe it, what I'm feeling, how long it's been going on, how I attained the injury, and it spits out a healing process, some different guidelines, some different options, some information based on the nature of the injury, what could fucking medically be wrong with me. So even for my mental health, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, anxiety, how can I overcome these issues? Or if I have relationship struggles, how can I be a better person in social relationships? It spits out. Now, it's not a replacement for an actual therapist to tell you shit, but it gives you concrete direction where you can expand your mind and go, aha. So AI is the aha moment. Like it's just a brainstorming tool. It's a file organization of all the standard shit. So I say I'm depressed and it's gonna break down. Boom, 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 boom. Now it's not gonna replace a therapist. AI can't all of a sudden replace the therapy industry, but it's gonna allow therapists and the user to say, okay, let's focus on this area, this area, this area, this area. AI is up here, but the human understanding is down here. And the creativity and the problem solving and the human factor, emotions and empathy are down here, rooted in the human subconscious neural networks of the brain. But machine learning is still up here. It could not even figure out market fluctuations based on tariff trade wars. It could not write me a book based on an Egyptian novel. It could not come up with features for Meta based on all the user services that users use the most. It could not come up with these 3 questions that we asked it, but it gave us all the fucking this area, this area, this area, this area, this area. And the same shit applies to the back end and the coding. It's going to sift through data like this. The human is going to decide, this data is most important to me. This data is because it's just data. You got to pick something. You got to fucking pick something. You can't just say, I'm going to take all this data. I want this specific number. I want this specific fucking fact. I want this specific percentage. I want this specific historical range out of all that it spits out. So that's where an artistic engineer and creativity are much, and communication skills. Because if you have a team that is using AI and has a team of great communicators and works as a team, you can design products. You can further the revenue of the company. You can build great products. You can be a groundbreaking entrepreneurship company. You can get all the features and sales and money that you want. But you have a team of creative people with the help of AI. There's no reason AI should be replacing you unless your fucking job is to sit down and be a machine. I just asked it 3 very detailed technical questions, and it did not spit out a coherent, creative response. That's my job. as the fucking employee. How long will it take me to write a book? I can't just fucking ask AI to write a book for me. I can't just ask AI to predict the market for me and give that product to my customers, to my investment team. I can't just ask AI to design me the next features of Instagram and go off of that and steer my company in that direction for the next 10 years based off an AI question. That requires the human creativity side. So AI is up here and artistic engineering is down here. It's not that complicated. I've been using AI. Look how many questions I have. Boom, boom, blah, blah, blah. I have millions and millions of questions that I can't even load them all how many times I've been using AI. So it helped me with my scientific research. It helped me with my writing. It helped me with my design. It helped me with my whatever, themes and movies and stories and so that is, I've said this before, it's repetitive, but now I've broken it down some more. This is what AI does and what the human does. And why are they replacing each other? And why are they fighting with each other? I never fight with AI. The only fights I have with AI are when I call it a fucking dumbass. And it says, please stop calling me a dumbass. I apologize. But then I realize I got to accept that it's a dumbass and work around that. So as always, it's my birthday. It's my fucking birthday. I'm turning 34, and stay classy, New York.